You've built a six-figure career with titles, influence, and results, but now you feel stuck. You want more freedom, ownership, purpose, but you're afraid building a business will burn you out before it pays off. I want to show you the truth. You don't have to burn it all down to build something better. You already have the foundation. You just need to use it differently. I'm Kara Flowers, a business mentor who helps high-achieving women build six-figure businesses without burnout. And as a Christian wife and a mom, I bring that perspective to everything that I teach. What really happens? Burnout doesn't start with long hours. It starts with the belief that your worth is measured by output. It's what got you promoted. It's what earned you trust. It's how you became successful. But when that mindset follows you into entrepreneurship, you end up recreating the very system you wanted to escape. According to Deloitte, 77% of professionals have experienced burnout, and women in leadership roles are the most effective. Not because we aren't strong, but because we've been taught to grind our way to value. You don't need to hustle harder. You need to apply what you already know differently. Let me show you the 5 transferable skills your career gave you and how they become your unfair advantage in business. Transferable skill number 1. You know how to communicate with clarity. You've spent years simplifying complex ideas, calming chaos, presenting the pitch, leading the meeting. That's not just being articulate. That's executive level messaging. In business, that becomes your content, your offer clarity, your client trust. The average attention span is just 49 seconds. So being able to say the right thing in the right way has never been more valuable. You already know how. Now it's time to say it for you. Transferable skill number 2, you influence without pushing. You've guided teams to resistance. You've led people to make decisions they weren't ready to make, and that wasn't sales pressure. That was trust. You've already sold belief. You just didn't call it sales. Maybe you did. And that's the most effective kind, because as Tony Robbins says, people aren't buying products. They're buying emotion. They're buying clarity. They're buying identity. If you've made someone feel confident about their next step, you've already sold. Transferable skill number 3, you think strategically. You spot patterns, you anticipate needs, you solve problems in real time. You don't need a marketing degree. You need to keep doing what you've always done. Listen deeply and act wisely. Great marketing isn't loud, it's accurate. It names the pain before your client can. It offers language to what she's feeling, but never said. Apple didn't dominate because they shouted louder. They won because they saw what people wanted before anyone even knew. That's strategy. And that's naturally how you think. Transferable skill number 4, you manage yourself and others. Okay, you have balanced teams, calendars, clients, crisis, kids, husbands, and you didn't collapse. That wasn't luck. That was leadership. In business, that becomes the structure that protects peace. Freedom doesn't come from winging it. It comes from building a rhythm that supports what God is actually calling you to do. Think of your energy like an oil lamp. If you don't set boundaries around it, you will burn the wick. And once the wick burns out, it's not a quick fix. You've been managing everything for everyone else. Now, manage what matters to you. Transferable skill 5, you lead with emotional presence. You've been the steady one, the anchor in the room. That's not extra. That's exactly what builds loyalty. People trust your tone, your discernment, your calm. This isn't about being the loudest voice online. It's about being the most grounded. In a sea of noise, emotional intelligence is strategy. 90% of top performers score high in emotional intelligence. That's not soft. It's the secret. So Kara, what does this have to do with building a 6-figure business without burnout? Everything. Because burnout doesn't happen from doing too much. It happens when we work out of alignment with who we really are. These 5 skills don't need to be learned. They need to be reclaimed. And when new skills are required, like visibility, pricing, client delivery, you layer those on top of who you already are. This is how you fast track to 6 figures. You stop trying to become someone else. You build from what's real. You trust your preparation. You lead with identity. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." You're not starting over. You're stepping into your harvest, the one that your whole life has prepared you for. Here's an action step. Write down 5 ways you've created impact or income in your career, and then ask, what would it look like to build a business from that instead of fear? That's the blueprint. You've had it all along. And if you're ready to talk about value, real value, then you're going to want to watch my next video on how to charge premium prices as a new coach, even if you're just getting started. I'll walk you through it step by step here.